Hi everybody. I hope you had coffee so that you won't fall asleep. But I also hope that I won't bore you lah. Alright, so I'm Z. I call myself Tech Fairy. I have a brief introduction of myself. Formal education, I took diploma in IT. And then when I was looking for work after I graduated, I couldn't because it was the .com bubble burst. So that tells you how old I am or how young I am. So I continued with advanced diploma just because I couldn't find any work. And then somewhere around there, I met my boyfriend, who is now my husband. He had a great group of friends who were already in the workforce back then. So they had some website projects and they subbed to us. So that's how I dabbled in freelancing or doing website projects on the side hustle. And then I got my first real job, okay, I shall not say the year because you can see the freelancing year is already 2003. So my first job, I do not know because it's a Singapore company, but it was the first internet service provider called Pacific Internet. I was a tech support, so I think I have come full circle from starting my first job as a tech support, and then now I'm helping people with their WordPress tech issues. So somewhere after we got married, we started PlayPause because we still had a good flow of projects coming in. And I think in 09 we started it off as a proper business. When COVID came, and then once mom passed, we were jaded by then. We were tired, COVID, blah, blah, blah. So we decided, we're just gonna close the business. We closed off the company, but I was still taking in freelance project. We were taking freelance project separately. He's a brand designer, creative designer. So then, that's where I met Aisha. Aisha Priest, if you saw her speak earlier on. Actually, it was just a few weeks after once mom passed that I got into her first class. It was an online class about finance, in fact. But after that, when I followed her, it was so interesting. She makes money out of writing her blog. Like, hello, I've been having websites and I only make money when I work for people, so I rather want to work for myself, right? So that's how I became Tech Fairy, because I began helping Aisha with some of her tech issues on her WordPress websites. She called me her Tech Fairy godmother, so I took that Tech Fairy term. That's how I become Z Tech Fairy. So my journey started, of course, with WordPress. I grew along with WordPress. I was just using it first for personal blogs, and then started dabbling with self-hosted WordPress. Of course, before that it was just HTML. And then I started using paid themes. Back then, I think it was only like Theme Forest that was around, and Vato. And somewhere in between there, I chanced upon this company called CSS Igniter. Anybody familiar with that? No. So CSS Igniter was the one where I discovered about Elementor. So they created theme to be used with Elementor. That's how I discovered Elementor much earlier. So I am one of the early adopters of Elementor, so I've been paying a much cheaper price for 1,000 licenses. So if you want to be my friend, I can give you a license on Elementor Pro. So that's how I started to use Elementor Pro and realized that I can customize my clients' websites so much to their liking rather than having a fixed paid theme. And then, like I said, in 2020, I decided not to serve big clients anymore. So that's how I now am the tech fairy, and I work within whatever the client's website is using, whatever themes they are using on their WordPress website. So for paid theme, if you are not familiar, this is Theme Forest or Envato. Again, although it may be exclusive theme design, it's not specifically, I always have a problem saying specifically custom, because you are using whatever they design for you. So you just can change your brand colors, fonts, and if you do not pay the premium price, someone else who like the same theme that you bought, buy, and their website will look very similar to yours. So I went on with Elementor Pro, where I could do custom design really to whatever the clients want. And Elementor is free, but the Elementor Pro is a paid plugin. This is a very old, not very old, one version before the latest one, the interface. It's really just drag and drop. So here you see, I drag the heading up, you change. During my time, we use the term WYSIWYG. Anybody knows what WYSIWYG? Yeah, because I think we are about the same age or something. Yeah, so WYSIWYG, WYSYG. What you see is what you get. So it's WYSIWYG. Way back then, we always used the term WYSIWYG, but I don't think back then our software could do exactly what we see. But now, with Elementor Pro, it really proves to show that I can change the color and I can see the color change. So that's really what you see is what you get. But when I became Tech Fairy, like I said, I have to adapt to whatever my clients' WordPress themes are, right? And most of them are using either Cadence, GeneratePress, and the other one that's popular is Astra, yeah. So then I had some time, because I'm now the Tech Fairy, right? So I have time on my hands. I started dabbling with the default 2024 theme. Anyone have tried using it? Play around with it? It's very simple, right? I love how simple it has gotten. And it's not like last time where you need to change something and you don't, it's not WYSIWYG lah, but now it's really WYSIWYG. So I started using it, and I created my own new website. I bought a new domain. Actually, I have so many domains lah. So I created a new website. If you see, it's really, again, you click here, you change there, you see exactly what you are changing. That's what I like about the latest. I mean, this is not latest. The latest one is 2025. I've not had my hands on it yet, but I heard it's similar, but of course better. Okay, so the differences in the website that I have had my hands on in the last 20 years across, the very stark difference if clients who are business owners or they are running a physical retail shop, they would always come to me first when they want to create their website. They are very particular about aesthetics. So they want their brand colors to show. They want, like this was one of the latest projects that I did before I said I don't want to take any more client projects. I did for the Singapore Boxing Federation. So they clearly wanted their star boxer. So that's her in the background. And they are very particular about using blue and red, because of course boxing has the blue and the red, right? So they really wanted me to use those two colors. Their first sort of like mock-up for me is they use red text over the blue background, which of course that's where I come in and say, no lah, hello, cannot see. So you have to tell them what they should be seeing instead. And this is one of another website that I did again before I hand over to them everything, e-commerce website. This is a halal cafe in Singapore. If you go to their website now, I just did the last redesign for them. This was one version before. Again, their branding colors. So companies, cafe, retails, they would always be specific with the aesthetics. But I love working with bloggers because their website just needs to be functional because they want to get paid, right? So very functional. So Aisha's website this year, this is one of her 6 websites. I've got the pleasure to work with her. So she's one of the best. Actually, the bloggers are all very nice people because they make money with their website, right? So it's all very, very functional, practical. They don't need you to give them the rah-rah. So yeah, you see the logo, you know who she is, you know what she does, and you get everything at the bottom lah. So in the lessons of my last 20 years that I've been doing design, WordPress websites is different needs for different niches. Business websites is always about aesthetics, their colors, but bloggers, why I love to work with them is because it's always functional, practical, and I learned to reduce my dependency on plugins. So I used to have a client who came to me because she has over 60 plugins and it was really dragging her website. So I learned to communicate with them saying that you do not need 60 plugins. And really it was possible with minimal plugins. And again, I learned that from the last WordCamp Malaysia. Last year, I forgot who the speaker was, but he was one of the main speakers, one of the track 1 speakers. He said that he could make his website work with only 5 plugins. So I was like, okay, that's a good challenge for myself. 5 only, can work actually. So that's my journey in the last 20 years of designing using WordPress. Thank you. Any questions? Yes, Aisha. Do we have a mic? No.
Thank you so much, Z, for that lovely presentation and so insightful. I personally work with Z and I can attest to her. I think what makes you unique is you really break down complicated concepts to people, laymen like me. My question I have is, I'm sure there are people in the room who want more clients, who want to earn more, and you as a tech fairy, this is something you've experienced. What is something that you think has really helped you grow your business and become more of a brand and help you get more clients?
Wow, thank you for that question, Aisha. I think for me, personally, my personal brand has been that people find me, how to say that? I dumb down for them. Because a lot of the things that we see on WordPress, even just generally when we talk about websites, more of women are very afraid to ask questions about it because it's usually a male environment. So when they come to me, they will always say, I don't quite understand, but I'm scared to ask you. Then I say, what is it that you're scared about? And usually they're afraid of being talked down. I had a lot. When I first started as a tech fairy, where people came on and took on my video call, I give up, like, if you need help, you can call, you can fix a call with me. I go on video call with you. A lot of them said that they had been talked down before whenever they ask a question, because the reply that they always get is, "Hiya, so simple you ask so simple you don't know So they get scared to ask. So to me, my brand, my personal brand is, I always dumb it down. Yes, I know because I've been using it for 20 years, but these people are new. So that's why I feel that tech should not be scary. Tech should be accessible. and anyone can actually use it. It's in the powerful, it's so powerful that it's actually in everybody's hands. We have tech in our hands, but why are we afraid to create something that people are always looking at? You Google for something, Google will give you somebody's website. You Google for some medical issue, of course you go to somebody's, like a hospital website or something. It's still a website, right? And who creates the website and how they want to create the website? It may be a lady who's seated in a marketing department that's being pushed to, hey, you update the website lah. And then they're like, how to do this? And they get scared to ask because it's always male dominated lah. So I think my position is to make people feel less scary or less scared about tech and websites.
Hi. Thank you for that. I have a very unique question, I suppose. It's directed to both of you actually. This is unique because you are here, she's designed your website for you. My question is, how does it work? You are obviously very clued in on the SEO part, and you are very clued in on designing and developing the website. So how did you separate those lines, or was there any separation you took in on? Because once you delivered it, then the SEO would depend on you. Would that be correct?
Okay, thank you for the question, but correction, I didn't design the whole website for her. I just come in as a tech fairy to help her with some tech issues. That website that I showed the screenshot is when she had to change the theme, and to be honest, I told her I'm very scared to do any changes on her website because that particular website is already earning her 5 figures. But again, I only come as a design part and I do not change anything on the SEO portion. Is all hers because of course SEO is totally different plugin. You use Yoast and everything, but design is on the design part, yeah. So there's no clashing at all. Thank you.
Any other questions from the floor? Yeah, okay, we have one over there.
Thank you, Z. Thanks for the sharing. I've seen the websites. You say all of the theme amazing. On the slides, you mentioned that business websites focus more on aesthetics, and local websites, as long as it is functional, it will be good. So throughout the years we have built the website for your clients, did you encounter that they have a specific request of fancy animations? Because all the time we have designed the websites, we have always missed out animations. So there will be some clients that will love, oh, I want this kind of animations. When I scroll to the top, I want to see a different size of the website. So may I know how you resolve it? Or did you use any other kinds of features or plugins or any integrations that you use? So yeah.
Thank you for your question. Well, in fact, I just had one client who came up to me, I think about 3 months back. My reply to her was that my expertise is WordPress website and animations is not my expertise, and it's best that she finds someone else. That's my reply, because it's honestly, I cannot say yes to something I do not know and I have no expertise in. So, and I do not know anybody who does animation websites, so I told her, I'm sorry, but I couldn't refer you to anyone because in my circle, I do not know anybody who does it. So I had to apologize and tell her that I cannot take it on. She wanted me to take on for I don't know what reason, but I said I really cannot take on because I cannot achieve what you want to achieve. Yeah, so unless you have somebody, you know, animation who can do animation website, let me know so I can refer. Yeah, I don't take any credits here. I just refer. Thank you for that.
Okay. Any other questions on the floor? Now, usually the MC doesn't ask questions, but I feel that in this case I would have to ask questions at this point in time.
Yes, Maxwell.
The WordPress community is quite, like you pointed, very not male masculine, but rather on the geeky side of things. But however we call women designing for women, you see that as a what we call as a way forward for the WordPress community. grow for more women who deals with just how many key contributors, the 3 million guys.
Yep.
Okay, but what about coders at home? Do you foresee that it will be a growing thing?
Coders specifically?
Design people like you who help people like Aisha.
I actually have been on the lookout. Truth to be told, I started volunteering back in my hometown. For 5 years, I was helping women not be afraid of tech, but it was such a wide spectrum because tech is so wide. I do not know why, that I've been designing for 20 years, right? It's only last year that I know of the whole WordPress contributors, community. I mean, I think the reach out wasn't much on my small little island. So I do hope, actually this year I was a bit disappointed when I only see 3 women speakers. Last year I know we had more women speakers. I really love last year's women speakers. I do hope to look out for more if there is. I would love to have women WordPress be more in the face, I suppose. Yeah, because I know like GoDaddy has that whole series of women in WordPress article. Women from Russia, India, Serbia writing about WordPress, how they use WordPress. So I'm pretty sure there's definitely women in WordPress in our region, and I do hope that they come out of their shell and not be afraid. I hope I answer your question, Maxwell.
Okay, that's really good actually. It's one of the things that we have addressed in track 2, actually, giving a sense of the community in WordPress, not only here but also around the world. Okay, so thank you for your
Thank you for having me.
So photographers, can you
Thank you so much. Thank you.